You face Shakur Stevenson. He's fighting Teofimo. You mentioned both of them. Who's winning this fight?
Yeah, I fought Shakur, and he's a hard guy to hit. Yeah. You know, it looks very simple, but it's not.
But it was good, Roy. It was good, Dre. I've been feeling good. I've been sharp. I've been focused. Training camp going well. So now we just wait on the day. I'm ready, and I'm definitely coming to shock the world.
When you watch Shakur Stevenson from the outside, it's easy to misread what you're seeing. You notice the backward movement, the sharp jabs instead of wild swings, and to casual fans, or even to some opponents, it can look safe, manageable, even boring. But that boredom is the trap. It's a calculated illusion, carefully built to draw aggressive fighters forward, only to lock them into a slow-burning nightmare they can't escape until the final bell sounds.
Floyd, when you think about the fighters who are fighting now, can you give me your 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 when it comes to the lightweight? Who you would put where?
As of right now, the two guys, the biggest puncher, I feel at the 135 will probably be Gervonta Tank Davis. But the most skillful fighter at 135 will be hands down Shakur Stevenson.
What is it about him? Because I know you have a lot of good attributes, but do you think he has enough power to sustain?
Well, it's really all about skills. Pernell Whitaker wasn't a huge puncher, but he was, very exciting, very tough, and he fought everybody. Shakur is trying to do the same thing. He want to fight the best they got out there. I believe his contract is coming to an end, so hopefully we can come together and I can take him to that next level.
Teofimo Lopez will walk into Madison Square Garden on January 31st, carrying the confidence of a man who believes he can shatter that glass house. He sees a runner. He sees a fighter he thinks lacks the firepower to keep him honest. But there is one man who knows the reality better than anyone alive. Oscar Valdez didn't study Shakur Stevenson from a screen. He survived 12 rounds of suffocating hopelessness in the ring with him. And now Valdez is delivering a chilling warning to his friend Teofimo. Don't trust what your eyes tell you, because what looks simple from the outside becomes impossible once you're trapped inside.
In this fight.
Yeah, I fought Shakur, and he's a hard guy to hit. Yeah. You know, it looks very simple, but it's not. But I've seen Teofimo train before. He's a complete athlete. So if I'm being very honest, man, it's a 50-50 fight. It's a stay away bet for me. I wouldn't bet either or, because you never know what's gonna happen on that chess game, because that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a chess game inside that ring.
So Oscar Valdez is not a man who rattles easily. He's a proven warrior who has been through wars, fought with broken jaws, and traded leather with the very best. But when he speaks about Shakur Stevenson, his tone shifts. It isn't fear, it's frustration. In a recent interview, Valdez issued a sharp, technical warning to Teofimo Lopez. It looks very simple, but it's not, he said, and that sentence captures the real danger. On tape, Shakur seems reachable. You convince yourself you can land the right hand, that you can cut off the ring. But once the bell rings, the reality hits. The distance changes. Valdez described it as being permanently 1 inch too short. Stevenson controls range with such precision that he feels miles away, even when he's standing right in front of you.
You know, people think the fight with Teo is either going to be you delivering a masterclass
or a knockout by Teo.
Yeah, or you getting into some type of brawl with Teo and end up getting knocked out, right? What are fans getting wrong about the matchup?
I think the fans is getting wrong about the matchup is where I'm not sleeping on that I know about Teo. Teo's a good boxer. Mm-hmm. He's boxer first. Mm-hmm. So we could say, oh, he's just going to knock you out. Or he's just going to... That's not him. He's boxing first. He's going to want to establish distance and range on the outside and try to beat me up on the outside. So I think that's the main thing. And also the biggest thing that everybody don't realize with me, I can punch. Mm-hmm. Everybody say, oh, he can't punch, and then boom, crack somebody, and then they laying down, or something may happen to where they hurt or something like that. So I think that's two big things where they don't understand or know.
Valdez is warning Teofimo that the openings he thinks he sees are actually bait. Shakur dangles a target to make you commit, and the second you throw your punch, the target vanishes and you're getting countered with 3 shots before you can reset your feet. It's a ghost story in the form of a boxing match, and Valdez is trying to tell Teo that you can't knock out a ghost. Usually, when a fighter is asked to pick a winner between a friend and a rival, they backed their friend. Loyalty is currency in this sport, but Valdez didn't do that. When pressed to pick a winner between Teofimo and Shakur, he hesitated. He called it a stay-away bet. He called it a chess game.
If I'm being very honest, man, it's a 50-50 fight. It's a stay-away bet for me. I wouldn't bet either or, because you never know what's gonna happen on that chess game because that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a chess game inside that ring.
So whoever wins this fight, who should they fight next? Somebody at 140? Should Shakur stay there? You think he stays there and facing somebody there?
Shakur's he's big for that division. He's coming from 126, but I can easily see him go to 147 and still give people some problems. So Shakur's a tough one.
Think about what that really implies. Valdez knows Teofimo has takeover energy. He knows Teo carries the kind of one-punch power that can flip a fight in a heartbeat. But he also understands that power means nothing if you can't find the target. In his eyes, this isn't just a matchup of styles. It's a collision between chaos and order.
Style-wise, is this going to be a great fight? I don't know if it will. I mean, style-wise, I could see you having a little reservations, whether or not these guys will make for dynamite. They will make, for electricity. I don't know if they will, but I tell you what they will make for. Two skillful fighters, two talented fighters, two fighters that are at a high skill level that will compete in the sweet science. I mean, Shakur showed aggression in his last fight against Cepeda, being elusive while being aggressive, walking them down, fighting on the inside, boxing well, still being able to counter, still being able to control space, but also be able to go into tight quarters and not be afraid to show that he's good on the inside too, that he can make you miss and make you pay outside and inside. Shakur showed that. That was great. That was great, and people applaud him. I applaud him. We were sitting there, ringside. I was sitting there actually with your sister, ringside, watching that fight. And it was a terrific performance. Shakur showing that dimension, showing that attitude, showing that competitiveness, showing that dog like people like to show or like to talk about, and they wanted to see in Shakur. Well, they saw it. Teofimo showed you that he can fight inside, he can fight outside. He would have the advantage of power in this fight. One thing that I love about this fight, Bud? Shakur's very athletic, very talented. So is Teofimo. He's more explosive with power, but Teofimo is very athletic. He is very talented. You got two athletic guys, two talented guys. Again, Teofimo I would favor with the power. This is going to be interesting.
If Teofimo can drag this fight into a brawl, he can win it. But Valdez knows Shakur's discipline is almost robotic. He doesn't make mistakes. He doesn't get emotional. That's why Valdez calls it a true 50-50 fight. He understands that Teofimo is walking a tightrope. One slip, one moment of frustration, and Shakur will dissect him piece by piece over 12 agonizing rounds. That uncertainty is exactly what keeps Valdez from placing a bet, even on his own friend.
You said a couple of times now you see some holes in Teofimo's game. I know you don't want to give away your game plan at the kickoff press conference, but where are the weaknesses? Where are some of the weaknesses in his game?
A lot of the weaknesses is in his mental. I think it's more mental than anything again. I'm going to expose it.
While Valdez kept his warning respectful, Keyshawn Davis took a far more aggressive tone. The tension between Keyshawn and Teofimo has been building for a while, with Teo brushing him off as just a young fighter chasing clout. Keyshawn didn't laugh it off. His message was blunt and rooted in survival, not strategy. He warned that if Teofimo tries to bully Shakur, he's going to get slept. The popular narrative paints Shakur as a safety-first boxer, but Keyshawn flips that idea on its head. He sees Shakur starting slow, downloading data, reading patterns. And the moment Teofimo gets frustrated, when he tries to impose his will and force the action, he'll walk straight into something dangerous.
I see it playing out, let's say, I see it starting off slow.
Okay.
And then I see as Shakur wins the first round, as Shakur wins the second round, slowly, I think Teo is going to eventually start picking it up and start imposing his will.
Right.
And then, it's just going to go from there. That's how I think it's going to go.
That's a fair assessment.
That's a fair one.
Especially for that to be his brother.
I think it's going to be close. I think it'll be closer than people think.
That was
I think it'll be closer than people think.
good.
Hey, one thing I can say, though, because, I've been seeing, we've been amateur together and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Teo can fight.
I'm telling you that. Teo can fight.
Winning back
If
then.
you said he couldn't, you'd be lying.
Right. That's a real assessment, though. I think Shakur still wins, but it's going to be closer than people think.
Teo is
nice.
a lot, man, no doubt.
Yeah, and Keyshawn, speaking of Tio, you've been vocal about your desire to fight Teofimo Lopez. And of course, I was there in Las Vegas, right, when you FaceTime Tio. Now Tio's fighting Shakur Stevenson, but do we see Keyshawn and Tio at some point?
How was Tio acting when I FaceTimed him? Since you brought it up, how was he acting?
You tell me. You tell the people.
Why do I gotta tell you?
You gotta tell him anyway.
Right.
How was he acting? Yeah, how was he acting?
Hey, all I'm gonna say is he was not motivated.
Right.
He kept saying he wanted
Hey,
boots.
but look,
he kept saying he wanted boots.
What you asked me again? Because I want to answer that. What'd you say?
No, do we see you and Tio fight in the future?
Oh, depending on what Shakur do with him.
Hey, losing to Shakur, though, that can't be a death sentence, right? We can still see Tio
It
back.
depends how bad he loses.
I was about to say.
So you think it's going to be bad?
Let's say he loses a competitive fight.
Yeah,
I think that would be the most common answer is Shakur outpoints him in a very competitive fight.
Beats him.
What then? What then for you and Teo?
For the businessman, huh?
All right, cool. Okay, since you worded it like that, I don't, because I won't go say that shit.
This is the crucial point most people miss. Shakur isn't just defensive, he's precise. What Keyshawn is really saying is that Teofimo's aggression plays directly into Shakur's hands. Teo believes he's the hunter, but if he rushes in without a plan, he's going to discover he's actually the prey. That raises the real question: is Teofimo Lopez truly unhinged, or is this chaos calculated? The wild press conferences, the erratic interviews, the blatant disrespect, it's easy to dismiss it as instability, but there may be method in the madness. Some analysts believe Teofimo knows he can't outbox Shakur in a clean technical fight. If they stand in the center of the ring and trade jabs, Shakur wins that battle 10 times out of 10.
Because sometimes you go a little bit beyond respect. That's disrespectful. If you disrespect me on any level, we fighting then. Now, I'm going to try to hold it together, but if you disrespect me, which is what he just did, I'm not going to ask him about what he's talking about. When I get close enough, I'm finna show him what I ain't talking about. You understand where I'm coming from? So there's a difference. That's why I say you got to know the difference from the old school and the new school. Had he said that in my day, it could not. I would told him, listen, whatever y'all do, don't let me get close to him. Because if I get close to him, I promise you, I'm finna lay him out right now.
Hold on, Roy, so you gonna hit him with the Riddick Bowe, Larry Donald two-piece at the press conference?
Right now. You understand me? You done said that. You challenging me. You're trying me to see if I'm really a man or not. He basically trying to, little boy, you don't say it to no man. You feel me? So if a man let you say that and he don't do nothing, you feel like, he already let go. He already good. You feel me? No, you don't do that. Somebody got to listen. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I told you I'm old school, Dre. I'm so sorry, but I promise you, I'm gonna tell him, do not let me get within 6 foot, cause I'm gonna tear his head off. That's where I'm coming from. And Tio's smart. Cause he's trying to see where he at. You feel me?
He checking Shakur's temperature. Yeah.
He treating him like a little boy, trying to see if he gonna bite it, or if he gonna let me get to him like that. You feel me?
Right.
I would have had to show him that, nah, this ain't what you think it is, brother. This is not that kind of party. So if y'all let me get close to him, I promise y'all, I'm gonna hit him. You understand where I'm coming from? This ain't even a question. I'm gonna hit him. It doesn't matter how many times I'm gonna hit him before y'all grab me. You feel me? But I'm telling you right now, if I get close to him, I'm gonna hit him. I'm just keeping it real with you. I'm keeping it real with you.
I can't breathe.
I'm just keeping it real with you.
Teofimo's only chance to win is to break the system. Shakur fights like a machine, analyzing patterns, reading every breath, predicting every move. The only way to short-circuit a machine is to overload it with nonsense. Teofimo's recklessness, his noise, his unpredictability, all of it is designed to pull Shakur out of autopilot. He wants to turn this into a personal fight, to force emotion into the equation. If he succeeds, Shakur's precision falters, and the calculated genius becomes human. In that chaos, Teofimo Lopez is at his deadliest. It's a risky play, but against a flawless technician, chaos may be the only weapon he has left.
Honestly, I'll be a fool to think that the fighter that I'm gonna fight against is the fighter that Kambosos fought against. I think with that fight, he probably mentally wasn't fully there, and then I also heard he had some other issues going on during that time. So, I know to expect the best version of Tio. Tio kind of shows up when the guys that you think is going to beat him, that's when he shows up the most. So I'm expecting the best version of him. Expect the best version of me. And I think it's going to be a tremendous fight. Man, this dude is in my way. That's how I look at it. Like, same way he probably feel about me, I feel the same way about him. He's in my way. I'm chasing greatness.
But I wasn't in your way. You came up to my weight.
Yeah.
You didn't have nobody at 35.
That's true, but you the guy, bro. You the guy. You 4 kings. You been the guy for years.
But you the guy
and
on the
years.
pound for pound.
I
I'm
agree.
not.
I agree. I understand.
So how am I the guy if you on the pound
But
for
you're
pound?
the guy, bro. You know you the guy, bro.
I'm Theo. Yes.
Yeah. You been the guy since, bro. You the guy. But I'm just telling you.
But I don't.
You're in my way, bro.
I don't carry it that way.
But you're in my way.
The mentality is never going to be that way.
But you're in my way. But you're in my way. So
No.
I gotta move you out my way. That's how I look at this.
Nope. No.
Ain't nobody taking food off my table. That's all I'm gonna say.
But I'll tell you this though,
Timothy Bradley Jr. broke this fight down in a way that really underscores the colossal challenge Teofimo faces. He didn't just talk about punches, he talked about mechanics, strategy, and precision. Bradley described Shakur not merely as a fighter who has rhythm, but as a fighter who is the rhythm itself. He used a vivid metaphor. Shakur is like a hacker closing tabs on your browser. Every time you try to make a move, he shuts down an option. You jab, he erases the angle. You throw a hook, he steps just out of range. Round after round, your tools vanish until you're left with nothing. Bradley warns that while Teofimo thrives on improvisation, like a jazz musician freestyling, improvisation turns into pure guesswork against a sniper. Teofimo relies on reflexes and athleticism to escape trouble, but with Shakur, trouble is a trap. Guess wrong even once, and Shakur will make you pay, every single time.
Fighting a guy like Shakur, you got to have power and you got to put some pressure. You know, you're not going to outbox him. You're not. He's too smart. He's too smart, too great. His distance control, his range. There's nobody better in boxing than him. There really isn't. You know, I'm sorry, there isn't. So you're gonna have to do a mixture. You're gonna have to try to box a little bit to get your way there, but be aggressive with it. Smart aggression. You know what I'm saying? And when you let them hands go, they gotta be hard and they have to be fast. And you gotta let them go often. You know, you gotta corner this man. You gotta corner him. You know, obviously you had Cepeda that was able to keep him on the ropes by putting that pressure on him. Cepeda put the pressure on him and kept him on the ropes, you know, but, you know, Shakur was blocking a lot of that stuff. Some of that stuff was getting through, you know what I mean? But, you know, you got to be selective with your shots and you got to try to set him up, man. Yeah, you got to try to set him up. That's it. You know, I think the more opportunity you have to let those hands go against Shakur, you know, more opportunity you have to be able to land on him. But if you hold your hands in your damn pocket and you don't shoot, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. Because you're not gonna beat Shakur in the patience game. He is patient. He will wait. He don't care about the damn crowd and what's going on. Hell no. When you in there fighting, no, you gotta worry about you. Straight up. So he'll be patient and he'll wait out. Wait up. Stall him out, Craig. He'll wait him out.
There's also a crucial physical factor that Coach Rob highlighted, one that hasn't gotten enough attention. This fight is at a weight where Shakur Stevenson is perfectly comfortable. He's not starving himself to make weight, which means he moves lighter, snaps faster, and keeps his legs fresh deep into the championship rounds. It turns the matchup into a battle of efficiency versus explosion. Teofimo is all combustion, fast twitch muscles, big, energy-sapping movements, and relentless bursts. Shakur, by contrast, is the embodiment of efficiency. Every step has purpose. Every punch is calculated. Nothing is wasted, and every move is designed to maximize effect while conserving energy.
I think it's going to be a technical fight from the beginning. And then I think later on, Shakur going to pick him apart, man. He's going to pick him apart. And I gotta tell everybody that Wichicombe is real athletic too. Teofimo. So I mean, I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight. You know what I mean? People think, you know, a lot of people say it's gonna be easy and all that. Nah. Teofimo can punch. and he can box. And like I said, he's real athletic. So, you know what I mean? That'll make it a little difficult right there, you know what I mean?
I see a lot of people going back and forth with it. Some people think Tio got the advantage because of the weight and that he's athletic and explosive. Some people say Shakur is the better boxer.
Yes.
Right? How you see that fight ending?
Well, they saying, you know, they've got the weight and all that. I see Shakur boxing big guys, light heavyweights and all that stuff. Just like Boots, you know, they box heavyweights and put the heavyweights down. You know what I mean? I think that's the right move for him. You know what I mean? Get up, and I think he can really do good at that weight.
This isn't a stoppage.
I'm looking at a decision, not a stoppage. But then all according how Till come in. If Till come at him, you know what I mean? He's gonna run into some shots. It might be over. You know what I mean?
Now, you always tell me it's the shot that you don't see coming.
That's it.
That power is speed.
Right.
So, could it be a situation where people underestimate Shakur's punching power?
Yeah. I think Shakur can punch. You know what I mean? I think he can punch. It's just, like I said, speed is power. You know, them guys, muscle-bound guys come in and get something, he can punch and all that. Like I just got finished saying, like you just got finished saying, matter of fact, the punch that you don't see knocks him out. And they always say, man, I didn't see that punch coming. That's the one you worry about for. I mean, then you got to look at this. Shakur, he got speed. He got speed. He a technician, man. He know what he doing, man. I can't take nothing away from Tio. Tio's a good fighter, too. You know what I mean? He's a good fighter. But I think Shakur is way above.
The real danger for Teofimo is running out of fuel. If he wastes the first 6 rounds chasing a phantom, missing his big shots, and letting frustration take over, his energy tank will drain fast. And once that explosive burst fades, he's left standing in the ring with a technician who is only just getting started. That's when the masterclass begins. That's when the humiliation sets in. Come January 31st, the crowd will see 2 young champions at the top of their game. But Oscar Valdez sees something different. He sees Teofimo throwing punches at shadows, swinging at smoke, and being met with stone-cold counters.
How do you envision it? I mean, I'm sure you played it out in your mind a bunch of times already.
Me just making a great fighter look average. That's how I see it.
Are you gonna fight like the Zepeda way? Because that was the first time we see you fight like that.
I can't tell you how I'm gonna fight. I fight different styles for different people.
Yeah.
So I may fight this way for this guy. I may fight the other way for another guy. But my main objective is to get the job done.
Valdez's message couldn't be clearer. Don't be fooled by appearances. Shakur Stevenson might look like an easy mark from the press row, but inside the ring, he's a living puzzle, one that solves you before you even realize the game began. Teofimo has the power, the heart, and the chaos to pull off an upset, but only if he fully respects the reality in front of him. Walk in thinking it's simple, and he'll be leaving the ring wondering what just happened. Is Teofimo the glitch that breaks the system, or just another virus Shakur is about to erase? Drop your pick in the comments below. That's a wrap for today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an upload. Share your thoughts down below, stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.